Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why MyLowe's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards MyLowe's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones with some exciting news. Open booking is here for the Top Shelf Country Cruise, setting sail February 2026 aboard the luxurious Celebrity Reflection. Spots are filling up fast, so book your stateroom today or sign up to become a lineup insider to receive the final lineup 48 hours prior to the public. Don't miss your chance to make February 2026 unforgettable. Visit TopShelfCountryCruise.com. That's TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
Man, sure is quiet around here.
Yeah, sure is. Hey, Tom, will you pass the charcuterie tray?
Of course. Hey, here's a refill on your bourbon, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so peaceful.
Really nice.
It is.
Right? Okay, whose turn is
Well,
it?
it's definitely not me. I video chatted with him for 3 hours last night. He had no idea how to hold a baby, so I had to demonstrate with my cats.
I talked to him last time he called, and he keeps sending me text pictures of body hair asking if I think it's cancer. So I'm I'm out.
Probably is.
It's in my contract, guys. Nope. I do not have to speak to him unless it is specifically scripted otherwise.
Oh, good
Write him in the
negotiation.
script. Yeah, I know.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, odd one out answers.
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's you.
What? No, I threw paper. You all
Yes.
threw rock. What are you talking about?
Yes.
No, but I said odd one out. You lose.
That's insane. I did not lose. That rock beats.
Just answer the phone.
Fine. Hey, Eli. What's up, buddy? Oh yeah. No, we're doing good. Cecil's been asking all about you.
Fuck you, you jackass.
He has, yeah, like a lot.
Stop that.
Yeah, no idea why he won't respond to texts. He's actually talking about driving over to visit you.
Fucker.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. That's awesome, right? So what'd you need, though? What are you calling about? No, we're good. Yeah, I know the topic today is Miss Cleo. Nope, just not necessary. No. Okay, yeah, that's a very good impression you did just now. Sounds like a Jamaican Marky Mark. That's fun. Yeah. No, we're just gonna do the episode with none of that, without any of the stuff you just did. Mm-hmm. Well, because there's no such thing as a blackface quota. That doesn't exist. That's not a thing.
Hello and welcome to Citation Needed, the podcast where we choose a subject, read a single article about it on Wikipedia, and pretend we're experts because this is the internet, and that's how it works now. I'm Cecil, and I'll be leading this team of skeptics tonight, smart enough to know that psychics aren't real, but dumb enough not to realize the money is in bunking, not debunking. Heath, Noah, and Tom.
All right, well, let's be clear, though. This is a show about information from Wikipedia. And we let Eli talk sometimes. We do so much bunking.
It's very true. It's very true. Very true.
lot of. But so what we need is a 900 number where you can call and we bunk you for $5 a minute, right?
Yeah, see, so this depends heavily on who you're bunking with as to its profitability.
I guess that's true.
And top bunk versus bottom bunk.
Oh, we're all bottom bunks. Patrons, every week you tell our fortune. Will it be a grande iced coffee from Starbucks or an eviction letter? We'll leave that to you. and any advertiser out there that wants to buy an apropos nothing slot. So,
Probably
but
tall.
mostly you.
A tall would be fine
Yeah,
too.
but-
Even if not
Tall- Can I just have a taste, sir? A taste.
Why are you kicking me out just for smelling it? That's rude. I just wanted to.
Is it because I'm with Eli? Okay, that's fair.
If you would like to tell our fortune with your money, be sure to stick around till the end of the show. And with that out of the way, tell us, Noah, what person, place, thing, concept, phenomenon, or event will we be talking about today?
Oh, I'm very excited. Today, we're going to talk about the icon of the early 2000s culture that was Miss Cleo.
All right. And Tom, no matter what I say here, you're going to answer with some kind of innuendo. So pretend I asked you a question.
Well, Cecil, I've been rubbing my crystal balls
There it
all
is.
afternoon to give you that answer. So
There it is. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And with that out of the way,
Yes.
who was Miss Cleo?
Cecil, thing is, man, the world has never seemed more unsure, more uncertain than it does right now. It seems like every week there's some fresh and unanticipated hell that we have to contend with. From the pandemic to the murder hornets to the rumbling of the super volcano in Yellowstone. And then, of course, the horrible new reality that if you're forced to watch police brutality on Facebook, you can't pretend it didn't happen anymore. So
Really hard for
It's
us.
terrible.
we didn't see any of this coming. This is all a surprise. Didn't see any of it. The world didn't always seem so full of nasty surprises as it does now. And I think I figured it out. I think I figured out why. We lost one of our most sacred national treasures, our spiritual NORAD, if you will. The world is bereft of that early 2000s psychic icon, Miss Cleo.
Oh, she's the
Cecil.
NORAD?
And I think, yeah, that's it. Yeah. I think it might be what started us all on this downward spiral. I think I got it.
Yeah, well, speaking of NORAD, every year on the solstice, NORAD sends out data from the Miss Cleo tracker. Here's last year. Nope, she hasn't moved yet. She's still sitting at her table flipping cards on speakerphone. Still right there.
Sarah Palin can see Miss Cleo.
Yeah.
We don't even need that.
When they moved Trump down to the bunker, Miss Cleo was just sitting down there, just hanging out.
So for listeners who are old enough to remember a time when television was something that just happened to you and when houses had phones, the musical tones of Miss Cleo's grating fake Jamaican accent will be forever etched into our memories.
By the way, my parents had a landline phone until last year.
My dad
And
still
they'd
has
answer
one.
it.
So do
they
mine.
would answer
Yep.
the phone and they'd be furious every time. I'd be at their house and they'd get like 8 random calls a day. And every time I'd be like, that's just going to be a fucking telemarketer. Don't answer the phone. Does anybody need your weird house phone number? You have cell phones. Nope. My dad would slowly, effortfully go over to the phone, answer it, and then yell and be angry.
Do you guys remember when phone calls used to be surprises? Like you'd be like, "Oh, I don't know who this is. I better answer it." And instead, now you just look at it like, "I'll get to that shit
They
later."
still have that instinct of like, you got to answer phone calls. No, you don't. You absolutely do not.
Yeah,
You do
now
not.
even people will be like, is it okay if I call you?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I text people to let them know I'm going to call them.
Yeah, because it's terrifying to get a phone call.
terrifying.
I'm with you, Heath. It's terrifying. Fuck that shit.
Calls. What are you?
No, because that's an emergency thing. Like if somebody fucking calls you, it's because someone died or something.
my
Yes.
God, you guys are nuts.
Right.
All right, well, Miss Cleo didn't get her start stealing money in the phone psychic business. Instead, Miss Cleo began her career in the theater. Though at this point, it's important to note that Miss Cleo was not yet Miss Cleo. In fact, Miss Cleo wasn't even Jamaican yet because of the pesky detail of having been born in L.A. and being called Yuri
yeah,
Del
no,
Harris by her,
Okay.
I guess, very boring parents who, lacking psychic powers, were unable to foresee Harris's transformation from kid born in California to heavily accented Jamaican clairvoyant.
Yeah, somewhere, I guarantee there's a tape of a radio show with Yuri Del Harris and Ralph Northam doing voices together, doing their hilarious bits.
So anyway, Harris was the author of several plays, the owner of a theatrical production company in Seattle. The owner of a theatrical production company for about like a year, after which she was forced to leave town to escape a mountain of unpaid debts, which she did by pretending she had bone cancer and paying her cast and crew with handwritten IOUs like they were Miss Cleo bucks.
Yeah. Well, of course she had to leave. She was overrun because all the theater people in Seattle found out she was the highest paying production company. That's why.
Yeah, well, plus I'm pretty sure there's a spot in Seattle now where Cleo bucks are legal tender. That's what, according to Fox News.
So I guess totally unfazed by the bone cancer, Harris began working for the Psychic Readers Network and began acting in their infomercials. So here Miss Cleo emerged from the spent ashes of Uri Harris, and suddenly she was a Jamaican mystic. Though perhaps not all that suddenly, actually. Although Harris was actually born to wealthy parents in SoCal, the character of Miss Cleo was actually borrowed from Harris's own play titled For Women Only. And to be fair to Miss Cleo, while she was not Jamaican and her accent and backstory are completely fake, she did claim to have studied Haitian voodoo. And so I guess if you're going to co-opt one Caribbean culture for fun and profit, you may as well make it a twofer.
Really?
Yeah, just ask Major League Baseball. That's like their whole business model.
So the character of Miss Cleo is supposed to have been an authentic shaman, whatever that is.
Oh, it's like a bachelor that's married.
As she claims not only, in fact, that she is a shaman, but like any good shaman, she has her own shaman, like a Jamaican nesting doll of shamans, I guess. So Miss Cleo's shaman was supposedly a 93-year-old lady who Miss Cleo, quote, won't even move without talking to, which sounds fucking exhausting.
Okay. It just feels like a shaman for a shaman. That's just an addiction counselor, right? Like you're just describing your sponsor from Mescaline Anonymous. Like you show up asking for shaman if you're on fire, you're doing spells, and somebody's just like, hey, don't do that anymore. Don't take the check back.
No, the idea is that you get 4 shamans under you, and then they each have 4 shamans under them. And by then, you don't even have to shaman anymore.
It is.
Just sit back and rake it in.
Yeah.
Multiverse marketing.
So fucking completely inexplicably, Miss Cleo became a hugely popular cultural figure. She has spoken word albums, a fact which I simply cannot get enough of, and I want so much to hear.
Amazing.
Wait, really,
Yeah.
really? That's
she
real?
does, and actually, I did finally find them. It took some doing, and they are every bit as fucking amazing as you would think.
You got to get her and Shatner together doing them.
Yes.
I just came when I thought
That'd
of
be
that.
amazing. Both like a duet of Rocket Man. That'd be amazing.
So these are recorded entirely, of course, in her bullshit accent. So that's basically like having Eli read his blog while pretending to be Marky Mark. That's going to be a patron goal now.
Yeah.
She's actually such a widely known public figure that she's been parodied by Mad TV and Dave Chappelle.
Wow. We should all do character blogs. Heath's blog could be really tall. That'd be perfect.
It's fun.
And mine could be co-opted by Eli. I forgot. I came up with Tony D.
Diesel, you could jog blog.
I could have a jogging blog. You're absolutely right, Heath.
That's your
Jogging
thing.
with swords. That'll be.
Your thing's boring. You are.
So the Psychic Readers Network promised that if you called Miss Cleo, you'd get the first 3 minutes of your genuine Jamaican phone psychic reading for free.
Nice.
After which you only had to pay $4.99 a minute to be lied to.
Not even $5.
Trouble was
That's a bargain.
It's not bad. Just round just under. The trouble was that the first 3 minutes was sometimes not free at all. They just sometimes would charge you for that. And then other times, the first 3 minutes were used to gather information about the caller before they were passed on to the psychic, which turned what would be a cold reading into a hot reading. Because now you just told the scammer a bunch of shit that they could resell back to you,
Why
right?
would people do that?
These fucking people are stupid. Who calls the fucking
Because
Jamaican
the
TV
genius-
psychic?
yeah, exactly.
He's like, this is not America's best and brightest
Pretty
picking up that
self-selecting by
phone.
the time you get to that point. You're right.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Other times, the first 3 minutes, they just put you on hold.
Nice.
And
nice.
then you hold for 3 minutes.
That's amazing.
So when you finally got to the reading, you didn't very often actually get to talk to Miss Cleo, but rather one of her associates. So think like Jamaican psychic elves, I guess, when Santa's busy. So, and then of course, psychic powers aren't real. That's one of the other problems with it.
Also
Yeah.
that.
The
Yeah.
psychic elf call center is the land of misfit ploys.
Wait, they'd sometimes just put you on hold for your free minutes and then start you?
And then they start you. Yeah.
I'm going to pitch something to you guys. Let's do a 15-minute hold every episode. What do you guys say?
There's 15 minutes of elevator reggae music.
Yeah, just playing music that has no beginning or end. It'll be perfect.
So a little flavor here on these infomercials. All right. So I'm going to paint you a
for
little
the
picture.
younger listeners, please.
So on screen is Miss Cleo looking smug and sassy, sitting in like a high-backed wooden chair rescued from an estate sale, while early 2000s swirly background effects transported both Miss Cleo and the viewer to a world between worlds.
This is on a television, everybody. It's like a cube.
It's like
computer
if your phone
you would
was
watch.
really big and heavy.
Yeah.
Then a caller's voice would appear, seemingly summoned by Miss Cleo's insistent query, "Don't you really want to know?"
That's racist. Holy
The
shit.
caller, it's not as racist as she
It's
is.
super racist. Anyway,
The
go ahead.
caller, voice fraught with concern, implores Miss Cleo to tell her who the father of her baby was. This is from a commercial.
Not a Maury Povich
Miss
show.
Cleo,
Okay.
smiling, just another day in the netherworld, begins flipping tarot cards over across the table and with barely a glance in their direction informs the caller, "All right, let's take a look. The
Wow,
Miss
you're gonna do the
Cleo
voice.
DNA test.
He's gonna keep doing it.
It's the one that's very unpleasant, okay?
Jesus Christ.
And he's also the one who had another girlfriend while he was sleeping with you, but you knew that." To which the caller,
Jesus
defeated
Christ.
by the might and righteousness of Miss Cleo's otherworldly proclamation, moralizing and slut-shaming, shamefacedly mutters, "I know."
When you caught them, by the way, they were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. Okay, no, I'm doing the Shaggy song. I slipped in. That's not okay.
Got to do it in the voice, Heath. No.
Absolutely not.
Meanwhile, though, at the same
Wasn't
time, a
me.
youngish-ish No Illusions, himself a longtime tarot reader, thought to himself, "Oh my God, is this what I fucking sound like?" I'm saying there's at least one happy ending
One
for this
happy,
story.
yeah.
You know?
This didn't prevent Psychic Readers Network from doing rather a lot of business. So in just 3 years, they billed out $1 billion. A billion of fake
Nice.
psychic bullshit. Let me put that in perspective for you. First, the people on the other end of the line weren't even deluding themselves into thinking that they were psychic.
I thought you
The
were going to
Psychic
say
Readers
it's
Network.
1,000 million. It's 1,000 million.
We'll get to what the number means. The Psychic Readers Network had an army of work-from-home employees cold reading via prepared scripts. They made about 20 cents a minute. Miss Cleo, as the spokesperson over the course of 3 years, she made about $500,000 over the course of that time.
Well, I mean, those people at home, they got 20 cents a minute and 5 Cleo bucks. Let's not forget. You know, they were all Seattle theater people and they needed the
By
money.
the time this comes out, who the hell knows which is worth more, right?
This is worth more than almost all of my 401k.
Oh, no.
Also, $1 billion is a really fucking huge number, especially when that billion is billed in $5 increments.
Right?
Yeah.
So $1 billion at $5 a minute is 200 million minutes. 6 million people called this number. 6 fucking million people called.
Okay, so the average call was 33 minutes of Miss Cleo explaining why you have HPV and then being like, hold on, I'm getting a message from your dead father. He says your phone bill is going to be $165 today. Average call.
That's it. So, like, think about this. This is 3.33 million hours of people lying to desperately lonely people at a rate of $300 an hour. For $300 an hour, you can hire attractive people to lie to you with their bodies and be rather more assured that you guessed the ending.
You can get a paternity test for way less.
Any comment on that, Senator Graham, about hiring people out? Any comment? Any comment on that?
Oh, actually, Cecil, you might have to cut that joke. Andrew says the NDA I signed is airtight.
Senator Graham says you're airtight too, so.
No, he doesn't, but thank you for that.
So the Psychics Readers Network wasn't content only to charge people who called, right? Sometimes they charged people who never called at all. They charged minors. They charged people who were dead for calls made after those people were dead.
Well, from another dimension.
Yeah. I was just helping. To get more people to call, the company employed Miss Cleo robocalls to leave messages that Miss Cleo had a dream about them and they needed to urgently find out what it was all about. So these desperate marks, not realizing that dreams are fucking boring and even less useful than crystal balls, worriedly returned Miss Cleo's voicemail.
Okay, I'm getting word from the producers. It looks like we hit our Patreon goal of Tom interpreting a dream. So send your very detailed dream description to citationpod@gmail.com and Tom will reply to a lucky winner.
A lucky winner, Cecil.
Okay, a lot of lucky winners. And he can't wait to read them. Listen to him in the background, guys. He's jumping with joy. That's him jumping. No. And while he does, we'll take a break for a little apropos of nothing.
So boring.
Hello? Yeah, you're fucked. Hello? Yeah, you're fucked. Hello? Yeah, you're fucked.
What the hell's going on?
Yep. And it'll probably be malignant.
Oh, so Cecil, Tom, thank God you guys are here. Grab a phone, help out on this, okay?
Well, hold on, because I never said it was just the puppy that would get cancer.
What? What is all of this? What's this?
Well, okay, luckily, it'll end her suffering from the syphilis. So
you're doing great, Heath, doing great. It's my nihilistic psychic line. Business is really ramped up in 2020, and I can't hire people fast enough.
And that is when the blight, unfortunately, is going to settle in.
Nihilistic psychic line? What now?
Yeah. I got to be honest. We got so few calls. I was about to shut the whole thing down. But since 2020 really settled in, people are warming up to the "it's going to end in a fiery pit of misery" message that we've been selling all these years.
Yeah. And of course, when there's a mass die-off and a famine, what do you get? Yeah, that's right. You get cannibalism. So
Wait a second. You're getting paid to lie to people about how horrible the world is? Where do you even get this idea from?
Watching Fox News during the Obama administration. Did you see how profitable that shit was?
Yeah, no, you got a point. So is there like a script somewhere that I can?
Yeah. Can I improvise? I've got some.
As long as you tell them horrible shit's going to happen to them, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was made for this job.
Yep. And it turns out these won't be the kind of radioactive spiders that give you superpowers just that hurt you.
Wait, don't we usually do the character shtick in the pre-show skit?
We're all doing the best we can while Eli's gone, Cecil.
Okay, I'm done.
It's fine. I'm tall.
Well, when we last left off, Miss Cleo was pretending to care about you in exchange for cash. How's that different from any podcast that Eli's on, Tom? How is that?
We make way less money.
Yeah.
He's cheaper than Miss Cleo. We're all cheaper than Miss Cleo.
Sure are.
Infinitely.
So in 2001, there must have been more than a few complaints that this seemed just a little too much like a scam, because the Psychic Readers Network was sued by Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri, New York, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Florida, and the Federal Communications Commission. The FTC in 2002 charged the company with deceptive advertising, billing, and collection practices, though Miss Cleo herself was not charged, operating under the theory that if you buy a box of poison cereal, you sue Kellogg's and leave Captain Crunch the hell out of it.
Well, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, but you should be able to sue Captain Crunch regardless of poison as well, right? You're supposed to be a food. Edible. Jesus.
Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri, New York, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Florida can't even agree on how much a returnable empty glass bottle is worth. So this must have really pissed them off. They must have been furious about this.
All right, got to admit, the fact that all the states were in alphabetical order except Florida is kind of freaking me out the second time. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's insane. What happened there?
I just moved that one to piss off Noah.
Well
okay.
played.
So probably one of the best things about this part of the story comes not from Miss Cleo, but from J. Howard Beals III. This guy's director of the FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection.
This guy's awesome.
And he is solid fucking gold. You can tell that when this case came up, like he threw his hand up in the conference room and like wiggled in his chair like a kid doing the pee-pee dance to get this assignment. In his 2002 statement, the aforementioned J. Howard Beals III said, quote, "You don't need a crystal ball to know the FTC will continue to stop unfair, deceptive trade practices."
Okay, asterisk, except Christianity. Let's be honest.
It's true.
I'm sorry. I was infusing my homeopathic remedies with copper. What was that the FTC said?
Like, it is amazing as that last like gotcha moment was. Beals, making 3 generations of his own namesakes proud, elevated the dad joke again to Olympian heights, noting 9 months later, quote, "I'm no psychic, but I can foresee this. If you make deceptive claims, there's an FTC action in your future."
Asterisk ibid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was supplementing my virility through natural male enhancement when you guys said that. Was that you said?
Ooh, you're going to be the top bunk from now on, Noah.
So the Psychic Readers Network settled the claim. And I love this. This is astonishing to me. They settled the claim by forgiving $500 million worth of fraudulent consumer debt and then paying a $5 million fine.
What?
So again, let me offer some perspective here. Like, imagine if you beat someone up and you took $100 from them and then you told them you're going to be back tomorrow for another $100. But instead, you got caught and your punishment was to pay $5 and then agree not to take any more of their money tomorrow. That's pretty much the same thing.
It really is. The only difference is that while you're hitting them in the face, you're also telling them how significant the 3 of cups is in their Celtic cross. So, yeah.
Ah, the card of abundance.
And also, by the way, punch. I know this doesn't matter to you who I'm punching, punch. But the 3 of Cups is also showing that I'm going to make $495 million.
Fucking insane.
Punch you in the dick. Sorry. This is a bad day for you, but I'm going to be making a lot of money.
Abundance.
So Miss Cleo had to move on from being the voice shouting at you like an all-knowing Sean Paul from your daytime TV screen and begin anew, which she did by voice acting as Auntie Poulet in the video game Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Amazing.
She did ads for used car dealerships in Florida. And in 2015, this is the greatest thing in the world. She appeared in a series of ads for French Toast Crunch, just for some reason. And the ads never aired because the company that she worked for, not evidently having been completely crushed by their massive fine of 0.5% of their receivables, intervened, saying that they actually owned the character Miss Cleo.
Okay, does French toast have a voodoo origin I'm not aware of?
Right? Yes.
Like, do you have to dip the bread in like chicken entrails and then fry it off? I don't get it.
Creole toast. Yeah, I don't know. By the way, her name was Auntie Chicken.
Is that what poulet means?
That's what poulet is French for chicken.
That's awesome.
All right, there is, and I mean this, guys, there is nothing in the entire world funnier than this French Toast Crunch commercial. I cannot imagine the creative Don Draper-esque superstar in the boardroom that fucking pitched this thing. This has to be heard to believe. I know we don't do this, but we have to play this commercial because otherwise my life will lose all of its meaning.
All right, let me play a clip. Well, I'll just play the clip.
Go on, babies. Miss Cleo is back. Now, do you have silverware, sweet pea?
Oh my gosh, I do.
I sent you up something other than a knife and a fork.
I have a spoon. How did you know?
Now I have a vision that you are going to take that spoon and scoop up a bite of French Toast Crunch. All cinnamony and maple syrupy.
I can't believe you see all that.
French Toast Crunch is back and I predict you'll love it. Eat it now.
What the fuck, man?
This was a real
Genuinely.
commercial. People paid money to edit and everything.
Can you
Fuck.
still get French Toast Crunch? Because, like, I really, really want it.
You totally
me too.
can. I
I'm
checked.
with you.
Yeah.
It's
I've
such a
never had
shame
it.
we have an audio medium so you can't see the little swirly French toast crunches behind her and shit.
Oh, I know. It's so good. It's so good. They blew their budget on graphics for that one. That's
yeah.
for sure. Not on
All right, so
Superstardom.
Harris backed off the psychic claim, saying that she was never actually psychic. That was all just company propaganda. No, not a psychic. Indeed, you see, she preferred actually to be called a Caribbean voodoo shaman. That's obviously different.
It's different. This is serious.
Yeah. Well, since that's different and not a psychic, she was able to use her notoriety to continue to offer readings. Still in the Miss Cleo character. Ranging in price, I love this, from $75 to $250, depending, I guess, like on the trim package of the bullshit. I don't know. There's a difference.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Your grandfather was really dead when I got in touch with him. So.
So you're saying legally she was able to, with lawyers, establish a legal difference between psychic and voodoo shaman legally?
I don't know if it was with lawyers, but it's what she did to
or
not.
just she did it. Okay.
I think she just did it. Yeah, I think she just did it. Yeah. She was like, she wanted to distance herself from the trouble she was in under the Psychic Readers Network, but still capitalize and leverage the Miss Cleo character.
Right.
Nice.
So she wrote a book. The title of this book may actually be the world's most ironic title in all of books. The book is called Keeping It Real.
Nice.
By Miss Cleo.
Nice.
She started a podcast called Conversations with Cleo,
I feel
and she even
uncomfortable.
toyed with starting an online dating service, because I guess the world needs more of those. But the entire service would be geared towards finding someone for Miss Cleo. That's what she said.
What now? It's dating her service.
Yeah,
That's
this is a
awesome.
little like inventing Tinder because you're wondering if anyone in your area is up.
Or inventing a social network because you have no friends. Yeah, that's a stupid idea. There's no money in that.
So in 2014, Harris, still using the Miss Cleo persona, appeared in the documentary Hotline. And she gives an almost unbelievably tone-deaf interview. It's fucking amazing, where she laments how little of the money, all of which was obtained by fraud or deception, the fake psychics actually received.
You know, it's weird. Like in the pre-Trump era, you wouldn't have had to qualify unbelievably tone deaf with almost. That's been promoted.
Yeah, high bars now. So, although she acknowledges that the other fake psychics were paid far less than she was, she still seems like utterly baffled and upset in this documentary that people think of her as a liar, which again, she totally was. Also, she literally gives that interview bemoaning her spoiled reputation as a liar in her fake Jamaican accent, dressed in Jamaican costuming. So in 2006, she came out as a lesbian, a fact which might not be worth noting at all if she hadn't made this announcement while simultaneously thanking her mother for sending her to an all-girls boarding school, which I just fucking love. And then really nothing interesting happened until Harris died from being so full of shit, it killed her by giving her colon cancer.
Jesus Christ.
Should have seen that one coming.
Tom, if you had to summarize what you learned in one sentence, what would it be?
Never give away the first 3 minutes for free.
Okay. Are you ready for the
That's
quiz?
all I got to give.
Yeah, I think you already 3 minutes. What are we having, lunch? Cecil, I think you already know the answer to that question.
I do. Heat's first.
All right, Tom. So out of curiosity, I looked up some stuff about Jamaica, and I learned that Google's search algorithm is an ignorant white guy on Bing just searching stuff for you. Which of the following results is the whitest? A, when I typed Jamaica is known for, the top 3 suggestions were rum, coffee, and earthquakes.
Okay. Okay.
B,
That's not.
when I looked up words associated with Jamaica, the first 3 suggestions were reggae, sprinter, and Jamaica.
Well, no, that one makes sense though.
It's
That
very
I don't-
associated.
That is.
Like,
But it was
very one to one.
third.
Little on
If
the
that's
nose.
part of the system,
Yeah.
it would have
Yeah.
to be first. What? No, okay.
No.
Or was it C, from that same search about word association, the very first link to pop up was an article aimed at American travelers entitled 15 Jamaican patois phrases to know and use on your next visit. AKA how to get punched in the fucking face and deserve it. That's the real thing.
Oh my God. Well, it's hard because I've only been to Jamaica once and I left early. So I'm going to guess
Was
the
it because
answer
you
is
read that
D,
article and tried to
all
use
of
some of those
above.
15 phrases?
Yeah, right.
D is correct, though, by the way.
They
Good job.
ran me out.
All right, I got a tough one for you, Tom. What other way did Yuri Del Harris try to cash in on her Miss Cleo fame after the Psychic Line gig dried up? A, guided tours of Jamaica that just turned out to be that neighborhood in Queens. B, offering to switch to a bad Brazilian accent if they rename that city Cleo de Janeiro.
I love it.
C, a little-known run for the presidency in 2004 under the slogan, Jamaica America Great Again.
That's a winner.
Great. That's amazing.
Or D, the Miss Cleonoscopy, where she would examine her former callers' rectums to see how they fit their heads up there to begin with.
Oh my, those are all amazing ideas. And I'm going to go with C because I actually wish that Miss Cleo had run for president. The fucking slogans would have been brilliant.
She did. She did, actually.
Wait,
She
really?
is correct.
She ran for
No, but
president?
I
no,
missed
just-
that.
For the purposes of this question.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
I got so excited. I was,
He has to be
I was
right.
like, how did I fucking miss that? I watched documentaries. I read articles. You'd think that would have slipped its way in there.
She probably would have done better than John Kerry. I don't know.
She probably would have. More credible. Just came off as more credible.
All right, Tom. What other cereal did Miss Cleo advertise for? A, Frosted Mini Cheats. B, Fruit Dupes. C, Bounce Checks. Or D, Racketerios.
Oh my God. Racketerios is my favorite thing you've written. That's amazing. It's got to be Racketerios because
It
it's
is
just.
Racketerios.
Oh, I
and
love it.
since you didn't stump us, Eli wins this week.
What?
I'm Eli. I pick Heath as the essayist next week. Okay.
This is a
So
pretty
if
spot-on
Eli's back,
impression,
he'll
though.
be the host. If he's not, then someone else will do it. We'll figure it out. So who knows? Maybe he's still hanging out with his baby. All right. Well, for Tom, Heath, Noah, I'm Cecil. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We'll be back next week, and by then, Heath will be an expert on something else. Between now and then, you can check out our funny shows that our colleagues do, The Skeptocrat, God Awful Movies, D&D Minus, and The Scathing Atheist, or you can check out that one show that Tom and I do, Cognitive Dissonance, or visit our YouTube for our weekly Cogdis live stream, 9 p.m. Central, on our YouTube page. And if you'd like to pay us way less than $4.99 a minute, you can make a per-episode donation at patreon.com/citationpod, or leave us a 5-star review. Anyway,
Oh, you can also pay us more than that if you want.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, over
no turning it
$150 an episode is great. I
Just
love
the
it. Sounds
cost
great.
of a grande cup of coffee. You can support our podcast.
Most of these episodes are 30 minutes. You could go $1.50 here and you'd be right on target.
And if you'd like to get in touch with us, check out past episodes, connect with us on social media, or check the show notes. Be sure to check out citationpod.com.
No, I do not want to see a picture. No. If you text me a picture, I'm calling the police. Well, then go to a doctor. What? No, I don't even know how that would be possible if you hadn't eaten Legos. Yeah. Every argument ends like this. This is crazy. I'm not having this argument with you again. I think you're lying. I think you're a liar. I think you ate Legos or you put them in there the other way.